Alright, in this video I'll be going over the continuation of the C# video tutorials. So we'll be learning about enumerated types. So an enumerated data type is a programmer-defined data type. It consists of predefined constants known as enumerators. Enumerators represent integer values. So when you create an enumerated data type, you specify a set of symbolic values that belong to the data type. An enumerated data type declaration begins with the enum keyword. We've used this before in other languages. Followed by the name of the type, followed by a list of identifiers inside the braces. So I just started some notes down here, and then we'll have, so for example, enumerated types. So we can have, for example, enum. So we could have like enum fruits. Then here we could say it's basically just open up like an initialization list, and then here we'll just say, for example, we have like pears, apples, cherries. We have lemons, oranges. How many do we have? We could have 4 on one line. Then you could comma it. Then we could have, for example, plums. You could have mangoes, and you could have, for example, blueberries. So we have some different fruits in our enum. Then you close the initialization list. So inside the braces, each identifier, such as, for example, pears, is an enumerator. Enumerators are constants that represent integer values. So the value, for example, of, okay, so each one basically has an index, but they're called enumerators. So we have, so enumerators are constants that represent integer values. So once again, here we could have, for example, we could call our enum, so we have to say that we want fruits dot. Then we want to say, for example, 0. So you want fruits dot pears. Not sure what I just said there. I forgot what I said, sorry, I was just reading my notes here. So we have fruits dot pears, so fruits dot pears is going to be 0. Then we have, for example, fruits dot apples will be 1, and I believe so on till, so it's basically like an index. So 0 is pears, 1 apples, 2 cherries, 3 lemons, 4 oranges, 5 is plums, 6 is mangoes, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 1. So 0 is pears, 1 is apples, 2 is cherries, 3 is lemons, 4 is oranges, 5 is plums, 6 is mangoes, 7 is blueberries. Oh, we have 8 of them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, an extra one. Yeah, so this will be index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it said they don't call them indexes, the actual term for it. The easy way to remember it is like an index or a subscript, but it's actually called enumerators. So let's just make a note of that here. So enumerators represent enumerators can be thought of as an index. Enumerators can be thought of as an index or subscript, such as in an array or a string. So basically it's a similar concept, or a list. Okay, so we'll just move on to the next example. So an enumerator declaration can appear outside the app's namespace, inside the app's namespace, or inside a class, so that's the same as structs. Once you have created an enumerated data type, you can declare you can declare variables of that type. For example, we could say that we have for example, so we could say that we have fruits, and then say that we have, for example, basket, or assorted, whatever, fruits, and then basket. And then we can assign the value, for example, so we can assign, for example, the value fruits. So we could say basket points to fruits dot pairs. Enumerators and enum variables also support the toString method. So for example, we could say that if we have, so we could say we have message box. So this is also an MQL5 C++. So a lot of these C concepts are all pretty much all in MQL5. If you're interested, or if you know what that is, it's to create bots for trading and investing. So it's like a framework of C++. So they use structs and they use enums as well. So for example here, so we have message box.show, and then we could say, for example, that we have fruits dot pairs, and then dot, for example, toString, and just like that. Whoops. So remember, if you're not getting the output of your desired object or variable, you can always try the toString method if you're trying to show it in a message box. So also we'll finally talk about just a few more notes here. So enumerators are integers. So remember that enumerators are like you can think of them as like a subscript or index of an array, list, or string, but you cannot directly assign it an int variable. In that case, you need to use a cast operator. So for example, you could say that you want, or that you have an int value, you just want to initialize it right away to a casted int to, for example, fruits dot cherries. So int value points to the casted int to fruits and then dot cherries. So you can get your index, I believe, or like your enumerator. So an enum variable can also be converted to an int. So for example, we could say that we have day, not day, we have fruits, we call it fruits. Yes, we have fruits, fruit points to fruits dot lemons. And here we could say that we have int val points to int casted to fruit. You can also specify default values to enumerators. So in this case, it's just saying that we have, like for example, if these were, we could say that we have a number of, for example, fruits. So we could say that we have, let's pretend we're doing the fruits example again. Or we could say that we have, for example, month days. So then we have month days. So here we could say, for example, so January points to like 20. You say that we have February points to, for example, like 21st. March points to, for example, 22nd. And that could go on. we could say that we have April pointing to 23. And we could say, for example, that we have May pointing to 24. We could say that we have June pointing to 25. And that could just continue all the way. You guys get the idea here, so that would just continue till the end of the months, for example. So that's pretty much it for enumerated types. So we'll be doing some actual code GUI examples in the labs coming up. So in the next video we'll be concluding the notes for this chapter on the image list control data structure. So it's a little bit confusing, so we'll be talking about that. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys like the video, you can like and subscribe to support the channel for more programming and investing tutorials. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.